Hello, and thank you for watching. My name is Bradford Roberts, Principal Broker, Founder, and Owner of TR Realty in the Las Vegas area. After watching this video, please be sure to like it as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel. Download the pertinent handouts for this video by clicking the link in the comments below. Now let's get started. Let's talk about how property managers are supported by TR Realty and the staff, because we do a whole lot for the $29 that we get out of the commission. One thing is that we will take the rental applications. So at some companies, property managers are required to be present to intake those rental applications. We do it. We will do it at any of our branches. Our reception coordinators are happy to intake those rental applications and application fees. And we also have, which we highly encourage, and this has been tremendously successful for us in the few months that we've been doing it now, is we have the rental application online. It's great. People don't have to leave their job, drive across town, go to the supermarket and pick up a money order and come to the office. None of that has to happen. People can literally apply for a TR Realty property 24 hours a day from the convenience of their own home or, from their desk at work or wherever they happen to be. So we provide all of that support. We also run the background checks for the property managers, as I talked about in an earlier video. We run the background checks and we deliver them right into the property manager's email. Property manager doesn't have to worry about that process at all. We support by having the 6 monthly deadlines that we stick to very strictly here at TR Realty. I mentioned these earlier as well. We have the 2 deadlines for paying the owner every month. And by the way, when we pay an owner, we refer to that as an owner draw. So you might hear me talk about that a little bit later in these videos here in Class 9. But we adhere to 2 deadlines a month to pay the owners, 2 deadlines a month to pay the vendors, and 2 deadlines a month to pay our property managers. And just to circle back one second, when we talk about paying the owner, as I said, it's called an owner draw. An owner draw is defined as the net proceeds. So we would take the incoming rent, we would deduct our management fee, we would deduct any expenses that were incurred on that property, come down to a net number, and the net proceeds would be the owner draw. More support that we give our property managers is the maintenance of the property management trust accounts. I mentioned in an earlier video that the property managers have no access. Well, not only do they have no access, but they don't have to worry about those trust accounts at all. And we have 2 trust accounts here. One is for rents and owner reserves, and the other one is exclusively for security deposits. That is exactly what Nevada law requires, and we are very adamant about following the law in those regards. Well, actually in all regards, right? And when you have a trust account in the state of Nevada, the Nevada Real Estate Division requires an annual account reconciliation to be provided to them. So our property managers here don't have to think about that. I'm sure that day comes and goes and they don't even know. But for us, it is a March 31st deadline that we have to adhere to every year. And in all the years we're doing property management, we've never missed that deadline, and we will never miss that deadline. So we do that reconciliation. We provide it to the real estate division, and the property managers here don't even have to think about it. We do support our property managers by making it easy for property owners to send funds to us to fund their account, to provide owner reserve. Also by having online payment of owner draws. Probably 99% of our owners get their payment every month by electronic delivery, meaning that we pay them online through an ACH type process like a direct deposit into their account. We don't like paper checks. We don't want to do paper checks. There are a few owners who are still living in the 1980s who would like us to print a paper check. but it's terrible. It's slow. They think it's fast. It's actually slow. Checks can sometimes get lost in the mail. They can get misplaced, that sort of thing. They got to go to the bank to whatever. We don't like to do that. In fact, we are seriously considering completely eliminating even the option for paper checks. We've not done that yet, but we're happy that about 99% of our owners choose to get their funds electronically. Now, when it comes to those few owner checks that we do, it's just a handful every month, and vendor checks, our accounting team will prepare those checks, we'll print those checks. It's, again, something that we do to support our property management team. And then we actually give those checks to the property manager. We do not mail the checks on their behalf because the property managers can do what they want with the checks. There's sometimes vendors want to come to the office and pick them up. Sometimes they want them left at a property. Sometimes they will bundle several checks and mail them together. So we don't deal with that as at the company level. We give those checks to the property managers. Property managers actually sign for them, and then they become the responsibility of the property manager from there. I will mention that our property managers who operate at a location other than our headquarters on Sahara, so they operate from one of our branch locations, the property managers don't even have to come downtown to get those paper checks. Our runner, and TR Realty does have a runner, will be happy to bring those checks to the branches for those property managers upon request. Another thing that we do to support our property management team is we will cut, and this time we actually do mail what's called co-op checks. So co-op check is a payment to another broker when that broker represented the tenant. So we manage a property, we put the property into MLS, we offer a cooperating commission to whoever brings the tenant. If the tenant is represented by an agent at another company, we have to pay that other company, right? So that's known as a co-op check. So when the property manager puts that into the system that they've chosen a tenant represented by another company, our accounting team will cut that check and actually go ahead and mail that check because it is broker to broker. So we do that as well. Here's another big thing that we do to support our property management team. Our accounting department will generate and disseminate the 1099s. So this is a big deal because last year, TR Realty generated like 1,000 1099s. 1099s go to vendors, they go to owners, and our accounting team has to have those done by federal law by the end of January. We've never missed a January 31st cutoff, and we won't as long as I'm above ground. So we generate those 1099s. Luckily, the vast majority of them go out electronically. Most owners, most vendors do want those 1099s disseminated electronically. But for those who insist on paper, we will provide them to our property managers who then have the responsibility of ensuring they get into the right hands. Further support includes me, the principal broker owner, having the PM permit and having the understanding of the property management process and forms so that I can properly support our team. Our management team, our accounting team, the administrative support. And by the way, I should mention that when it comes to property management, I have the permit, but I'm non-competing. So I don't have any accounts. I never had any accounts. I don't compete. I'm not cherry-picking leads or anything like that. I have the permit purely for administrative, educational, and support purposes. I don't bring in any property management accounts into my own portfolio because I have no portfolio. I am a non-competing property management broker. And another thing that we do to support our team is we provide property management leads, house leads, as we call them earlier. I try to consider geography when I give those leads out, but more important than geography is who's doing a good job. Who is the property manager who is managing their properties well? I'm not seeing complaints. I'm not seeing problems. Who is the property manager getting the most online reviews Those things really, really matter when it comes to me making a decision which property manager is going to get the next property management lead. And as I mentioned, property management leads go out on a regular basis at no added cost to the property manager. In other words, we don't change the split or the financial structure when we give the lead to the property manager. I would like to thank you for watching this video. I hope it was informative for you. If you are licensed with another brokerage in Southern Nevada and would like to talk with me, please text me or visit our website. See you next time.